When you apply for a job, a recruiter will spend an average of 6 seconds scanning your application, or they'll use AI to do it for them. If you fail to stand out during that 6-second human review or the AI screening, your application's dead on arrival. When you apply for a job in this new world, you have two specific objectives. How do you beat the AI, and how do you stand out to a human recruiter? I'm going to show you how to do both and how to increase your authority score. Why listen to us? We created the one-click worker platform for both candidates and recruiters. We understand how recruiters behave because we created the AI that they use to analyze you and your resume. And it goes without saying that if we built the system, we know how to beat the system. But that doesn't mean I'm going to show you how to cheat the system. I'm going to show you how to make sure that your application triggers every possible signal the AI is looking for, and how to make it impossible for a human recruiter to ignore you. Now you can do everything I'm about to show you manually, or you can do it for free with a few clicks on One-Click Worker. There's a link in the description. Create a free account and follow along. Let's start by talking about how to beat the AI. There's research that says that recruiters don't even read your application until after the AI has reviewed it and generated a job fit score. If your score isn't high enough, your application will never be read. So your first objective is to get the highest possible job fit score. So how do you do that manually? The simple answer is that you need to make sure that everything in the job description is in your resume. How do you do it with a few clicks on the platform? Go to Resume and enter your resume content in these sections. You can have multiple resumes. This is important for emphasizing different strengths for different job applications. Then go to Job Fit Score. Select your resume, copy and paste the job description, and hit Submit. You'll get a job fit score and, more importantly, specific recommendations about how to improve it. Now you're probably thinking, what do I do if the job requirements include qualifications that I don't have? This is where you need to bridge the gap. You should never lie about qualifications. However, if you're missing a specific qualification, mention it in your resume by stating that you are currently developing or researching or learning about that skill or qualification. The AI is capable of identifying intent and progression, so this often means that you'll end up getting partial credit and it will boost your job fit score, all while maintaining 100% honesty. Now this is all very time consuming, and this is why you need tools like this to do it with a few clicks. You can see the job fit analysis includes some suggested text for you to add to your resume for this specific job application. Beating the AI gets you through the door. Now you have 6 seconds to get the attention of a human. So how do you win? Well, if all you do is send a PDF with text, you look like everybody else. If you send a video resume or cover letter, you instantly stand out. Most recruiters will watch them out of curiosity, even if you're not qualified. In the meantime, it instantly demonstrates your communication skills and your professional presence, something a PDF will never do. So how do you do it manually? Start by writing a script. Make sure it's relevant to the job you're applying for, comes across as natural as possible, and doesn't just repeat everything in your written cover letter or resume. So how do you do it on the platform? Go to Video Resume, enter the target job title and requirements, and select a style. Include example content from yourself if you have any. Select the resume you want to use and submit. The AI will generate a script that uses the best practices, hits every keyword, and sounds like it came from you and not some other generic person. Then record it on your phone or webcam. Make sure your background is clean and your audio is high quality. Upload the video to the platform, get a private link and a password, and add them to your written cover letter. The analytics will tell you how many times it was watched, who watched it, and when. As soon as you can see the video has been watched, send your follow-up email. Now Chloe will give us an outline of the best practices for resumes.
Thank you, Adam. Let's talk about crafting a compelling resume and cover letter, specifically tailored for a communications officer role. As a recruiter, I see countless applications, and I want to share some best practices that will help you stand out. Let's start with your resume. For a communications officer, clarity, conciseness, and a strong focus on impact are key. Your resume should immediately convey your ability to manage and execute communication strategies. Begin with a professional summary or objective that highlights your core skills and career aspirations. For a communications officer, this might include phrases like experienced communications professional, adept at developing strategic communication plans, or proven ability to enhance brand messaging. When detailing your experience, don't just list your duties, focus on your achievements and the impact you made. For example, instead of manage social media, try increase social media engagement by 20% through targeted content campaigns. Or developed and implemented a new internal communication strategy that improved employee satisfaction by 15%. Quantify your results whenever possible. Highlight specific skills crucial for a communications officer. Think about media relations, content creation, digital marketing, public speaking, crisis communication, internal communications, graphic design tools, and social media management. Create a dedicated skills section for easy readability. Regarding education, list your degrees, institutions, and any relevant certifications. If you have a portfolio, be sure to include a link to it prominently on your resume. This is especially important for communications roles where visual examples of your work can speak volumes.
Thank you, Chloe. Now let's talk about how to create a cover letter. How do you do it manually? Keep it brief and make sure every sentence specifically relates to the job you're applying for. Your cover letter will not stand out if it's generic. It must be custom. Now that will get super time consuming if you have to write a custom cover letter for 50 jobs. So let's talk about how you can do it on the platform for free with a few clicks. Go to cover letters, enter the job title and requirements, select a style, and the AI will generate a text cover letter that sounds like it came from you. Now Cleo will give us an outline of the best practices for cover letters.
This is your opportunity to tell your story and explain why you are the perfect fit for this specific communications officer role at this specific organization. Always, and I mean always, customize your cover letter for each application. Avoid generic templates. Start by addressing the hiring manager by name if you can find it. If not, hiring team or communications department hiring manager is acceptable. In your opening paragraph, clearly state the position you're applying for and where you saw the advertisement. Then, briefly explain your enthusiasm for the role and the company. Show that you've done your research. The body of your letter is where you connect your experience and skills directly to the job description. Pick out 2 to 3 key requirements from the job posting and provide concrete examples of how you meet them. For a communications officer, this might involve discussing your experience in media outreach, your ability to craft compelling narratives, or your proficiency in managing public relations campaigns. Illustrate your points with brief anecdotes or achievements that aren't already fully detailed on your resume. This adds a personal touch and demonstrates a deeper understanding of your capabilities. In your closing paragraph, reiterate your interest in the position and the company. Express confidence in your ability to contribute and briefly mention your eagerness for an interview. Thank them for their time and consideration. Remember to proofread both your resume and cover letter meticulously. A single typo can undermine your credibility. Have a friend or colleague review them as well. A fresh pair of eyes can catch mistakes you might have overlooked. Finally, present your documents professionally. Use a clean, readable font and consistent formatting. Save them as PDFs to ensure the formatting remains intact, regardless of the system they're opened on. By following these best practices, you'll significantly increase your chances of getting noticed for that communications officer role. Good luck with your applications. Now, let's get back to Adam.
Thank you, Cleo. Now your resume and cover letter should be as good as they can possibly be. But let's make you stand out even more. The problem with resumes is that everybody claims they can do everything. If I'm a recruiter, my response to this is, prove it. You're probably thinking, well, how can I prove it if you don't give me an interview? Luckily for you, you can in fact prove it without an interview. You can create content on social media that demonstrates your expertise. This is also a perfect way to demonstrate how you approach solving a problem in your industry, which workflows you use and why, which tools you use and why, where you think your industry is going, and to show your personality. It's very difficult to do this with text in a PDF. Now, can you see something familiar about this list? These are the things that you talk about in an interview. If a recruiter sees all of this, it's like you've been given special treatment, where you get to do a secret pre-interview before the recruiter decides who to interview. This is a massive head start. How do you do this manually? You create content that addresses these items, but that will be massively time consuming. So how do you do it on the platform with a few clicks? Go to Content Studio, create your profile information. It can include multiple resumes, target industries, target jobs, and goals. Then you can use the AI to generate content ideas. Then select an idea and use the AI to generate text and images for social media posts that demonstrate your expertise in a way that sounds like it came from you and meets all of the specific career building criteria in your profile. You can also use the commenting tool to generate comments on posts from thought leaders in a way that builds your authority. Over time, you'll build your authority score. It measures a combination of content quantity, quality, and relevance as it relates to your target job or industry. The higher, the better. As if all that wasn't enough, let's talk about how to make you stand out even more. The ultimate way to stand out is to create social content that reviews or analyzes something about your target employer. Then link to it in your cover letter. No responsible recruiter will ignore a social media post from you about your target employer. Again, if you just want us to do everything for you, we've got you covered. Create a free account, visit the services sections and select a service. We'll assign a human to your account and we'll build your authority for you. Right now you have the early adopter advantage. Soon everybody will be trying to stand out by using the tactics I mentioned in this video. So you need to do all of this now. Now this video is part 1 of a 2-part series. In part 2 we talk about how to prepare for your interview, the most common interview questions, the job interview questions you need to answer based on your own specific background, and the video also includes a mock interview. Check out the links in the description. I'll see you in the next video.